There were a lot of effort about gaming and cloud gaming in general at Google, but right after we launched Chromecast in 2013, we were looking at how can we bring games to Chromecast? How can you run high-end games on something that barely has a GPU? And the obvious answer for us is to use cloud gaming.
Stadia streams games directly from Google's data centers to your devices. It's kind of like streaming music or TV shows, but with high-quality video games.
My journey started, what was it, over 6.5 years ago, and I was on Google Fiber at the time. Google Fiber had just launched, and we're looking at this amazing capability of gigabit connectivity with almost no latency, between people and a Google data center. And asking the question, what could you do with that? What kinds of experiences could come from that? What if game developers had access to this kind of capability? What types of experiences could they create for players? Before I had joined up with the Chromecast team, and the power of two became one, when I was first asking this question around the company of, hey, suppose we set out to turn a data center into a gaming platform, what would that involve? A lot of that was just knocking on doors and across different teams. It wasn't a sanctioned program. I didn't have anybody helping me necessarily with leadership has declared we shall do this. It was none of that, right? Suppose we took what you were doing and tried to bring it in the direction of creating a new games platform. What do you think? And he, pure elation, right? It turns out he was a gamer, and he's like, the idea of creating a supercomputer as a gaming platform instead of just for AI and ML, of course that stuff's cool too, but he was just delighted, and all of a sudden, we had unlocked that part of Google that had all this magic hardware capability and brought it in the direction of what Stadia would become.
This is when we realized that just bringing existing games and just having either easier or a lower cost point of entry, while very, very exciting, by the way, is not going to change the industry. We wanted to see how we can really move the industry to the next iteration. How can you build more immersive worlds? How can you build the games that feel more real and engage with you more? Now there is a kind of a collection of the technology is there. We have much better understanding of how you can stream video over the internet. You have a better understanding of the graphic pipeline and how you can move codec. The encoding tech has evolved a lot over the last 10 years, and we can have very, very high quality, very realistic encoding of high fidelity graphics and be able to represent it as video. The infrastructure has changed.
If something the scale of a Google data center could enable a game developer to do something new and amazing that could just blow a player's mind away, who are the game developers in the industry that really know how to affect that kind of magic, and what types of experiences are they creating? So we singled in on wanting to create a platform that on the one hand was familiar to the AAA devs of the industry of the day, right? And could delight players with that level of experience. Creating a brand new development platform for AAA studios to take advantage of, that's a huge ambition, right? The industry is mature, there's great tooling and platforms out there, and we set down that path.
It took us a good year to year and a half to be able to prove that it works at scale. It's very easy to build a prototype that works in the lab, but we wanted to have it work on a regular broadband connection to a user's house from our data center. We are iterating on this until we had a very good demo running Doom 2016, and we showed it internally here, of course, to running on the public internet to one of the Google engineers' house. And that's where we're like, wow, this definitely works. And of course, the iteration after that is to build the full service, the full experience beyond just being able to play the game.
We were blown away, and the gameplay was amazing. And so it was with that partnership, and Doom is one of the first titles that we had working internally that we really started the process of evangelizing around the company and to senior leadership. Hey, we have something here, it's something special we should invest in and really go after it. And from there, we scaled up, and here we are today talking about Stadia coming to market.
Basically, our attention to quality of the experience and the quality of the game itself is really at the core of what we are trying to do. I'll give you an example of what we've done for Project Stream. We really wanted to make sure that the experience you get playing Assassin's Creed is as good or better than any platform that's out there, whether it is a console or a PC. At the beginning, there's an intro scene where there's an eagle that is flying around Greece and showing all the different sceneries. It's a very, very nice scene, but it's extremely taxing to both the GPU and the processing when you're running it on a PC. So what we've done there is we analyzed this and build a model for us to get that experience encoded in a quality that when you compare it side by side on a high-end PC versus Project Stream, actually Project Stream wins in that particular one.
It's just all about, are we delivering something new and magical that people can really be delighted by? So it's exciting to hear how that story is being told in the market and all the energy that we're putting into it. It's been a very humbling part of the journey for me.